Aquarius, my name is Jesse. This is 44 Astro. This is the inaugural launch of my channel, and this is a general tarot reading for the month of July for Aquarius. I'm starting it on 777 because that's a destiny number, July 7th, 2023. 2023, of course, adds up to 7. So we get 777. So this will be a destiny reading for Aquarius. And I will be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and I'll be using a Thoth spread or a Crowley spread, however you want to attribute it. And I will use the actual Thoth deck, which was designed by Aleister Crowley, as the clarifying deck. Ooh, he wants to stop. Okay, so we got it stopped already for you. I'm going to lay it out, and I'll explain what each section means when I get to it. Ooh. Oh, looking good so far. Oh, wow, man. Looking good for Aquarius. I mean, we're in the age of Aquarius, so imagine everything's going good for Aquarius. Oh, yeah. Overall energy, though. This is just kind of a footnote. Got some squabbling, some arguing, competition, but that's, that's the world, right? Okay, so the first three cards in the middle are the general energy or the question or the current situation for the individual. And you got two major arcanas. You got the Queen of Pentacles with the Chariot and Temperance, which is interesting. Temperance is a card of alchemy, divine guidance, that type of thing, using all the elements, all the things that you have to create something that you want. Queen of Pentacles could be earth sign, female, male, but generally it's someone that's very nurturing. Look how she's looking at that pentacle. She's nurturing it. She loves it. She's creating something that matters. So it could be a question about, your question or the reading could be about something that you want to create, something that you want to nurture, something that you really care about materially. It could be you want a new vehicle even. You could be a mechanic or you're building a vehicle because this is the Chariot, but it also could be something that's, grand and victorious and that moves you forward in life. But it's more than that. You're looking for balance. It's balance, but also creation. Something nurturing and creative that brings, spectacular movement or like a grand entrance, this type of thing. That's what seems to be the question, seems to be about. Seems to be about victory in a situation, victory and balance. And definitely something that you want to nurture, right? It's like, what is this? What is this that I want to create and balance? It's asking like, what should you create and balance in this world? I mean, even this has a balance to it, right? It's got the two, you got the Charioteer, but you got the two Sphinx creatures like pulling it of complementary colors, like a yin and a yang, like a balance. It's fascinating. You got two different castles in the background. There's a lot of balance in this card, even though it's a number 7, which isn't really a squared number or an even number, but it's a destiny number either way. But the current path that you're on is very nice. It's like happy home, King of Pentacles. So like having it all, having the family, having the home, being happy, rainbows, unicorns. Well, there was no unicorn, but happy again, happy home, wreath. Having it all. This king has it all. Look at that. That is the most opulent king in the deck. Big old pentacle. Look at that robe. Look at his castle in the background. He's got everything. The wand, the throne. Stuff just growing all around him. So if the question is, are you going to be able to create and nurture this victory? Looks like the answer is yes. And it looks like what you're trying to nurture and create seems to be like a home or like a family situation. Like you want a stable home and stable family. So wherever you're at, I mean, there's not a more stable queen in the deck. That's stable right there. And that's the path that you're on. So it's suggesting that you have everything that you need and that you will accomplish everything that you need for that happiness, that opulence. Yeah, it's all good. All good. This is a path that you can choose to go. If you veer off your path, this will be the path. Got the 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the 9 of Rods. So this is communication. It could be a young air sign, but most likely it's communication or a message in some way. Looks like it's about money, greed. I wouldn't say necessarily greed, but It's really holding on to your money, being really careful about your money. Like some kind of communication makes you be very careful about your money. And it's like all work. Like, I've got to get the money. I've got to get the money. I've got to get the money. Yeah, it could be this other path. This other path just looks like worry of money. Which I wouldn't blame anyone just because of the state of the world right now. But in general, I mean, the path that you're on is looking juicy and good. I wouldn't deviate. Whatever you're doing, Aquarius, keep doing it. Keep creating. Stay positive. Stay in the home. Stay with your family unit. The people around you, get good around you. This path looks like worry of money. Or just caring too much about money, or money being the only thing that you work for. As to where you're trying to create something, but you don't want it to only be in the perspective of money, in the perspective of the material, right? That's what this other path seems to represent. This is more than just money, right? It's here. Money's here. Opulence is here. But it's more than that. It's love. It's your family. It's the happy home. It's a celebration. Like, it's more than that. Share it. Don't share it. Don't keep it all to yourself. It's gonna be beautiful if you just share it. Don't be so caught up in just the material aspect of the money aspect. I know that money tends to bring all these types of things, or it seems to, and to an extent that it does, but it's not the only aspect of it. You have to feel good. You have to have those individuals with you that make you feel good. You have to have the experiences that make you feel good. And just feeling good and having those experiences is going to bring more of that into your life. This is the advice. And the advice does involve work, but it also involves love, because you have the Two of Cups, King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, he's down there, working. But on one side of it is love. So like keeping love in your heart, not just focusing on work, but also because of love, having a reason to do that work. Working so that your loved ones have a great life, working for others and service to others. That's what it's all about. This is probably you. King of Swords, Aquarius, of course. Aquarius is one of my favorite signs, just because the way they think. It's out there. It's beautiful though. It's super creative. They think differently. It's just, if you really get to know one, and I have a really good friend that's in Aquarius, and I have my Jupiter's in Aquarius, but in my second house, so it's not so much. And I have a grand trine with it, but it's not the same as like someone that's like really heavy Aquarius. So I understand it to some extent, but like if you really get to know an Aquarius, the way they think is just, it's different. It'll make you think in different ways, and I think that's a wonderful thing. So this probably could be you, Aquarius, but it also could be just being that which you are, thinking, being logical, thinking truthfully and structurally. Well, I wouldn't even say structurally. There is no box for an Aquarius the way they think. Just being the King of Swords, knowing, thinking, being logical to an extent, being rational, being in truth. And it could also be some kind of air sign individual around you. It could be that your loved one is an air sign as well. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's around work for sure. It could be that you may find love at work. Like if you work too hard and only focus on work, if you're single, maybe you won't see that. If you only focusing on the money, you may not see that individual that's there waiting for you at work. It's possible. Definitely could be an air sign male individual at your work. Maybe you notice. But if that's not your focus and you already have a family, and it looks like for some it's definitely you already have your family, that you're heading on that path. It seems like the question may be around that. And it could be the question is you're trying to create a family. And if that's the case, it's very likely that through your work you will find that love. No doubt about it. And it could be an air sign. The outcome has the will in it. So the outcome is the energies that you can't really stop. They're there no matter what. There's no choice. Like there's choice in these paths. Path you're on is real nice. The other path, which we'll clarify, doesn't seem so nice. Seems more shisty. And the advice is just advice. You can take that for what you want. But this is the outcome. This is the energy that's going to be circulating whether you like it or not. The Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Rods. So this is like waiting for your ship to come in. But if you look, the ground behind him is fertile. It's the ground in front of him that's barren. So everything that behind him that he's already done has been very fruitful. And it's like he's waiting for individuals to see that like, if you let me do it, like even in work, if you let me create it, it's going to work out. And I've got the proof. Look at my body of work. And there's definitely a turning of the wheel. So whatever this is that you're waiting for, you're waiting for this change in money, or this balance in money, because it feels like you're juggling money now, but you're looking for that balance in money. I think that we're going to have to clarify on that for sure, because this is a card of balance, but it's not really in balance. If you look, it's trying to balance money. But it feels like you have everything you need. There's plenty of pentacles here. Okay, we're going to clarify. What do we want to do first? I think we're going to clarify this 4 of Pentacles over here. We got to see what this is. Everything else looks pretty straightforward except for that and that. Let me know when to stop. 4 Pentacles for Aquarius. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. I can see what the card is. Chariot, 3 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and look on the bottom. Ace of Cups. So that's love as well. So this is on this little area right here, specifically on the 4 of Pentacles. This like focusing too much on your money and working yourself really hard and not focusing on love. And on top of it, you have the Lovers. And the 3 of Pentacles, which is work, and the Chariot, which you already had here in the middle. So the Chariot again. On this path over here. And that's the question. Like it could be about a vehicle or travel. Like you're worried about money. It could be that you're worried, maybe it's like a honeymoon or like a getaway with your loved one. Because, you're holding on to the money like you're saving it and you're worried about it. But right there is like the Chariot, which is travel. And then you have the Lovers, but you also have work. Like you're working really hard. Maybe you're working really hard for a loved one. Maybe you're giving a lot to an individual that you're with, whether it be a family member that you're trying to take care of or your loved one. Maybe on this path you're over giving. That doesn't feel. It's what it feels like. It feels like you're over giving. It's not. You're working really hard and holding on to your money so that you can give it to someone else. Fascinating. But you don't have to take that path. FYI. You have a choice. The path that you're on seems good. Ooh. Now we're going to check this over here. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I got 2 8s. On the bottom you got 7. I wouldn't put too much stock into that. Because the wheel can't fail. The wheel is like you are doing what I'm telling you to do. So this was on the Wheel of Fortune and like your outcome when I was trying to figure out like kind of like the balance with money thing. It feels like you're trying to balance money. Like you're trying to balance a happy home with also being able to like live a specific type of lifestyle. You're trying to create a stable home life and like having like opulency and everything that you need, but also like wanting to be able to go travel and do other things. And it feels like travel is the key here. This could be something with travel. It's like stability at home and travel. You're trying to balance them, right? Now it's really making a lot of sense because this is the initial question, right? You got balance, which is the Temperance card. You got the home, steady, stable card, which is the Queen of Pentacles. But then you have the Chariot, which is travel. So you're trying to balance those things. It's like you want a home, stable life, but you also want to be able to travel because you love it. Or you're with your lover that you're doing it. This is on the Wheel of Fortune. In this deck, the 8 of Cups is indolence, which is like basically being stagnant. And you have the 8 of Wands is called the Lord of Swiftness, which is pretty much the same thing, which is 8-8, by the way. We're going to point at that. And then you have the Prince of Wands, which is essentially the Page of Wands. There's also a Princess in this deck, which other decks don't have, but we don't need to go into that unless we get one. Yeah, so that's, it's passionate movement forward, with the Prince of Wands. But indolence and swiftness, I think it's more about the 8-8 than it is about the actual cards. 8-8 is abundance. 8-8 is abundance. Anything with the 8s. 8s is infinity and abundance. And even this is making a figure 8, so it's really 8-8-8, because it's right beside him. Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're going to figure it out. I think whatever this balance is between home life and like adventure life, that's what it feels like. I think you're fine. I think the path that you're on right now is like stable home life. And this other path is like traveling. And I think the question is about traveling. Like, can I balance out like a travel life, especially in the world we live in with the economies and everything, the way everything's going in the world? It's like, can I balance traveling with the home life that I want? And right now it's like I'm all about the home life. The path that I'm on is all about the home life. And this other path is like I'm all about the travel. But the travel's like, it's going to be a lot of work, man. And you're going to have to save a lot of money. But it looks like that you're going to love it though, right? You're going to love it. It's going to be worth it. Or maybe you'll meet the person of your dreams doing that. Or you're just traveling with the person that you already love. Yeah, it really screams that. So yeah, you have a choice. You can start traveling, and I think it'll work out. I think the outcome is suggesting that you're going to have trouble with the balance. Like, because if you do decide to do all this traveling and adventure or whatever it is, you will have trouble balancing your money. Not that you can't do it, but you will have trouble balancing your money. The current path that you're on, so the outcome is the balance is going to be rough either way, right? The balancing of money is going to happen regardless is basically what it's saying. Like, you're always going to have to try to balance money. That's life. I mean, who doesn't have to try to do that? So I'll say if it makes you happy, do it. You may have to work a little harder and save money more and like maybe cut corners here and there to make sure you get what you want so that you can travel. But this screams travel. It screams like balance, like, travel between home life and travel. Like, which one's best, or how should I do it? Can I balance it? You can definitely balance it. You have everything that you need to do it, and that's just part of life anyway. And it looks like Destiny's saying that you're probably going to try to do it at the very least. And then maybe you should, just to kind of understand it better. I mean, what are we not if we're not here to learn? The advice is like focus on your home life. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. It's like work and stay stable. Stay with your love life. Or work hard, stay stable, do the smart thing. That's what the advice says. But the outcome suggests that you're probably not going to do that anyway. But I think either way, it's going to be fine. You'll find a way to balance it. You may have to juggle some things, but you'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what I got, Aquarius. If that resonates in any way, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Like I said, this is the initial launch of the channel. I don't know if there's going to be any viewers or any subscribers or anything. But thank you for being here if you did see it, and I hope to see you back.